After raising them alone for 15 years, my daughters humiliated me by telling me that their mother's new husband was a better father, and they accepted his adoption. They didn't know this legally voided their $2 million trust fund. When they came back crying, asking for money, told them, "You are no longer my daughters. Dad, we're here." Sophia called to me from the entrance of the courthouse. 15 years raising them alone, and there we were in family courts, so another man could adopt my 16 and 17-year-old daughters. "Are you sure about this?" I asked them one last time as we waited outside the courtroom, holding on to that pathetic hope I still had left. "Mark actually understands what it means to be a real father," Camilla answered with a coldness that chilled my blood. "All how to say is that there's no money. He's going to take us to Europe this summer, and has already promised us the best colleges." Sophia laughed. "Finally, we're going to have a father who's worthwhile, not one who embarrasses us in front of our friends." Inside the courtroom, when the judge asked if they were sure, Camilla spoke clearly, "Your Honor, this man never understood what we needed. Mark is the father we deserve. He has a vision for the future," Sophia added. "Not like him," she pointed at me with contempt. A judge's gavel sounded like a death sentence. Adoption approved. I saw them run to him, to my ex-wife. The hugs they gave them were ones they had never given me with such enthusiasm. Mark looked at me over their heads and smiled a smile of victory. I left the courthouse feeling like 15 years of sacrifice weren't just vanishing, being trampled on that night. I opened my laptop and looked at the bank account. I had kept secret $447,000. For the first time in years, I smiled. They were no longer my daughters, no longer my problem. They no longer had a right to a single cent of what I had built for them. Although the emptiness hurt, their ignorance of what they had truly lost almost made up for it. The day after court, couldn't get out of bed. I called work and told them I was sick. It wasn't a lie. I felt physically destroyed. I tried to eat breakfast, but the first bite got stuck in my throat. 15 years of sacrifice destroyed in an afternoon, and on top of it, all I had to smile as if I were okay with it. Lying there, staring at the ceiling, I remembered something. My mother's trust fund. The girls were no longer legally my daughters. What did that mean for the money? I called Roberto, the lawyer who handled my mother's trust. I'd known him since I was a kid. He had been a family friend for decades. "Son, I'm so sorry to hear what happened yesterday," he said. When I told him everything about the court hearing, "There's something you should know, that $2 million trust is now entirely yours. How your mother was smarter than you thought. She put in a specific clause. If the girls cease to be your legal dependents, the money automatically transfers to the biological father. She never trusted your ex-wife." I was silent, processing the information. "Roberto, I need you to explain this to me clearly. It's simple. They renounced you as their legal father. The trust no longer has valid beneficiaries. The full $2 million is yours, no strings attached. That money was never touched, because it was intended for when they went to college." I hung up and went straight to my desk. I took my passwords out of the safe and logged into all my bank accounts. $447,000 in my personal account. Now, with the $2 million from the trust, I had $2,447,000. My reward for sacrificing 15 years of my life for them. That same afternoon, I began my own investigation. Roberto had mentioned he knew an accountant who could discreetly look into Mark's finances, but that would take time.
Man, that's a good ass mother. She took care of her boy. She saw the snake in the grass, and she knew she could not cut the head off the snake. She had to leave it to her own boy to do that. But the least she could do is make sure that the snake couldn't bite him. That's a good mom's. To say it right here now, half the reason why I wanted y'all to hear this story was because for those of y'all that will watch this, that are moms yourselves, and y'all got an inheritance for your sons or your daughters, I want you to know you can do this. I want you to keep this idea in your head to protect your babies. I just want you to have that. Now, discussion point. I already know this is some shady shit going on, and betrayal by your own babies. I mean, I didn't have much of my father, but I still love my father. I don't know. I don't dig that one at all. Tell me how you feel. Let's talk about it.